No, you better start acting like that. You better start.
Alright, y'all. So it is currently almost 12 o'clock. It's 11:55 right now, and I honestly been out in the garage the entire time. I didn't end up going back inside. I'm still in my dirty ass clothes. I ate dinner out here, but yeah, I've honestly just been researching a whole bunch of stuff, just looking at all throughout the owner's manual, looking on forums and all that. At first I thought we had to do, or I thought for these bikes there was separate gear oil and transmission fluid, but come to find out that it's not. It's just, you know, your engine oil is also your clutch and transmission fluid, so that's pretty cool to know. I thought previously there was going to be 2 drain bolts, but ends up there isn't. There's only one. I guess on maybe the older models there's like a smaller drain bolt that people tend to strip very easily. But yeah, currently right now I just fixed my, adjusted my my light bar. I still have to put my speedometer back in position, but I adjusted my handlebars a little bit. I positioned them a little bit, you know, tilted more towards where I'll be sitting. Feels a little bit more comfortable. And then I was also just trying to mess around with these wires and stuff and get it a little bit more organized and cleaned up, because as you can see it's a huge mess right here. So yeah, I just want to clean it up because I noticed that like when my handlebars turn, some of the wires ended up getting pinched between this light bar and over here, and then another one was getting pinched over here. So I really just wanted to make sure that my wires over time weren't going to get messed up. So yeah, I took off that little headpiece, and yeah, I just been working. But mainly I just been looking up videos and forums about, yeah, just how this bike works. And yeah, I mean, I'm glad I took the time to, like, you know, do some more research, because yeah, I feel like I've gained a lot of knowledge just in tonight. So tomorrow we're gonna be doing this whole list right here. Probably won't be finishing this whole list, but I just wrote out everything that we need to be doing, and yeah, should be pretty smooth. Hopefully we can get through most of these by tomorrow. What's going on, guys? So it's the next morning. It's about like 7:15 right now. Last night I actually still was working on it for a little bit before I turned off the camera. I took off the hand guards, and yeah, I just pretty much cleaned up this front wiring like I showed last night. But other than that, we gotta get down to the to-do list, man. So we ran into our first issue. This is a 27mm nut, I believe, and I do not have a big enough socket for this. Also, the rear axle nut, this one right here is a 32, but I only have a 32 12-point socket, so I gotta get a 6.1 for this side as well. So yeah, we're gonna be making a quick run to the store to grab those. I'm not gonna bring you guys along because I mean, I'm just getting the socket, guys. All right, nothing special. So I'll see you guys when I get back. All right, guys. So I'm back. What's funny is, you know, I go to the store to grab one thing, and I end up with like 6 different things. Yeah, I ended up spending like $100 on just a bunch of stuff that I thought that, you know, hey, I could probably use it in the future, or I'm running out of it. So I got the 27mm 6-point socket. I tried to look for a 32 6-point, but yeah, they don't even have it. I went to 2 different places. Glad we got that. We're gonna try to get the front sprocket off now, and yeah, we'll see from there. Alright, y'all, so I got pretty much the whole sprocket and countershaft seals removed. This is the, I guess, washer, and then this is the actual seal that was leaking. I've been watching a video, so this is all brand new to me, guys. Like, I'm just watching tutorials, I'm looking up questions on Google, and yeah, that's how I'm, you know, figuring all this stuff out. But they say to replace this seal just in case, because even if you do replace the actual countershaft seal, it can still leak if this one is messed up. So I mean, I bought a whole kit. It was pretty cheap. It was like $20 something off of Amazon. So I'm gonna be replacing everything. But yeah, we're gonna be putting this or installing this whole replacement, I guess, seal kit onto here. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. The main thing, if you have one of these bikes, I think it's from like 08 to or 06 to 18, which is like a 12-year span, just to make sure that this seal doesn't go all the way into here. It has to actually sit almost flush with this area. If it goes too far in, it's gonna leak oil. If it's too far out, it's gonna leak oil no matter what. So it's kind of got to be in that perfect spot to where it just seats perfectly to this little housing here. So camera battery died while I was putting in this this spacer, or whatever you want to call it. But I'm hoping that I did this right. I'm hoping that this is flush enough, because the instructions is pretty vague. It just wants you to have this seal flush with this housing right here. So it doesn't, you know, you don't know really exactly how far you're supposed to push it in, how, you know, out you're supposed to keep it. But yeah, I put the spacer back in and I greased up the spacer before I put it in. I just used some Molly that I had. You guys also saw me take off this chain slider or guide, whatever you want to call it, and we're gonna be putting this black one on. It'll match the bike a lot better once I get all my black plastics and graphics and all that. But as of right now, I'm not gonna install the whole washer and nut yet, because I'm still waiting on the sprocket to come in the mail. It says it's gonna be coming in the mail today, so hopefully by the end of the day I can, you know, put the sprockets on, change this rear sprocket, put the chain on, and we'll have everything pretty much all set and tidied up over here. Chain slider on. This old one can go in the trash. Good enough. So now, like I said, we're just waiting on the sprockets to come in, sprocket and chain. We're gonna get to work on stripping this green off of the new OEM engine plugs that I got. OEM engine plugs that I got brand new. All in here is just the gaskets for them. I also have the crush washer for my engine oil bolt, my drain bolt. And then I actually found the spring that is supposed to go on the inside of my oil filter cap. So sick, I found that. It was just on the ground. It must have, like, you know, when it popped off, it must have just flew somewhere, but yeah, I found it. So that's all good. At least we have that. We don't gotta get a new one. But yeah, let's open these up and then put some aircraft remover on it and strip the green off. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it is raining pretty hard. But yeah, I put the stripper, pause. I put the aircraft remover onto the plugs. As you can see, it's slowly eating away at the paint or the powder coat, whatever that is. Make sure if you are using stripper or any type of paint removal chemical to use, you know, a respirator and some like eye protective wear, because the shit is pretty harmful to you. And like, you know, just like looking at it and like being, you know, maybe a couple feet away from it, it can burn your eyes. Like you can feel it in your eyes. So yeah, just make sure you're being safe, and health is always the #1 priority. In the last video, I think the last thing we did was shave off this plastic part for the rear brake. I also, off camera, I'll show you guys that whole list after on my whiteboard, but I also shaved off the sidewall and I polished the plugs that we stripped in the beginning of part 1. So yeah, I did a little half-ass polish. There's nothing perfect or nothing special, just hand polished it to get a little reflection in it on both sides, even the engine drain fill plug. But yeah, other than that, not sure. I also put the the sprocket came in, the sprocket and chain, so that's what I was waiting on. I got that on the bike. I haven't torqued this down yet because I need the chain on it so I can, you know, actually torque it down. But we put the sprocket on there. Sorry if I'm sniffling, my nose has been runny for the last couple hours. I'm not sure why. Hopefully I'm not getting sick. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. But other than that, I feel like that's all I've done off camera. I also put the drain bolt back on with the new crush washer. I filled it up with oil using this, not sure what this is called. This little fill, I guess, measuring cup for the bike. I use about a liter, I guess, of oil. I use like, I believe it was like 31, it was right under a liter. I used like 31 fluid ounces of oil. But I'm gonna start up the bike later on, and then, you know, we're gonna let the oil sit, and then I'm gonna check it again, and I'll probably refill it a little bit more, because when you're popping wheelies, you actually risk the chance of starving your motor of oil. So yeah, it's always good to add a little bit extra, especially if you're doing like stunting or tricks like that. I'm not doing nothing crazy, but I'm definitely gonna be practicing, so I want to make sure I have enough oil on the bike, especially when the bike is at an angle, you know what I mean? So yeah, going back to the list, we drained the oil, installed the new filter, replaced the countershaft seal, installed the black chain slider that I showed you guys previously, removed the chain, still have to remove the rear sprocket. I already loosened all the nuts, so it's just sitting right now. I gotta pull off the actual wheel though first. We stripped and polished the oil plugs, we shaved the inner tire wall, we cut the rear brake plastic, replaced the engine plugs and seals, stripped and polished the oil plugs, and filled oil, replaced the oil filter cap. I just put on the green oil filter cap that I had that came with the bike. I ordered a black one, but it's gonna come in like honestly in like a week and a half, so I don't really want to wait that long. So I'm just gonna deal with this for now, and then when I change the oil again, I'll switch back to the black one, or I will just strip and polish this one, because I mean, might as well go and match all the engine plugs. This is the rear sprocket that we'll be installing on the bike. This is a 51 tooth one, and this is the DID 520 chain that will also be going on the bike. What's going on, guys? So I just woke up. I actually kind of woke up a little late today. I usually wake up around like 7 to like maybe 7:30, even earlier sometimes. It's just natural because, you know, I've been playing football my whole life, so I've always just had the tendency to wake up or have to wake up early. But yeah, as you can tell by my voice, I don't know if you guys can tell, but everyone else can that knows me. I'm a little sick right now. I know yesterday I had like a runny nose. Now it's like my throat's a little sore, and yeah, my nose is stuffed now. So yeah, I'll be fine though. I don't really feel too sick. It's just mainly my throat and my nose. But today we gotta get on rolling with the wheel removal. Then we're gonna change out the sprocket, put the new chain on, and all that. So just like everything else I've done with this bike so far, this is gonna be my first time doing it. So yeah, I'm gonna bring you guys along, and let's see if we can get this thing done. So I loosened up these nuts on this side. The only thing is this one is honestly stripped already. Like the grooves on this nut is pretty messed up. But what's shitty about my garage is that over the years I've been slowly building it, as you guys probably noticed in the videos. I never started off with a toolbox. I didn't even have a workbench, didn't have shelves. I really was working out of these plastic bins right here. So like this held all my tools, and whatever I bought, that's what I had. I didn't have anything to begin with, but yeah, I only have standard wrenches. I don't have metric wrenches yet. The only metric wrench I do have is a 12mm, and I need it for my Subaru, so that's why I bought a single 12. And yeah, as for this nut, the crescent wrench does not fit in this space, nor does it want to, you know, I guess hook onto this stripped ass nut. So not sure exactly what we're gonna do about that. I might just break off the main axle nut and see if, you know, I can still pull it off without having to deal with this. But yeah, we'll see right now. Hey y'all, with a little finagling, we got the wheel off the bike. I believe this is a wider wheel than like what it came with stock, so had a little issues with like trying to get it between or get it removed with this brake on, but then I realized you can pull it off by sliding it.
left that shit in 09 when you was coming up. I don't understand.
This little update, cleaned out all this adjustment areas. I removed this bolt. I put on a new 12mm nut, because this one, as you can see, is kind of messed up at this corner right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, it's not focusing, but yeah, this nut is messed up. So I had one in one of my drawers, so I just put this one on. This one seems to be okay, so I just left it as is. I just made sure it was, you know, all the way adjusted inwards, so we can adjust outwards once we put the chain on. There, took off all 6 bolts for the sprocket, took off the sprocket. Now we just gotta put this bad boy on here, and yeah, should be pretty good. So after about like 15 minutes or so, it's kind of hard because the bike is kind of like in the air, and the rear wheel, you have to lift it up pretty high to get the axle all the way through. But we finally got the axle, the rear axle in, got the nut on there. It's not tight yet because I still have to adjust for when I put the chain on. Right now it's looking pretty good. We just gotta put the chain on, put the master link in, and then from there we gotta just adjust the rear wheel, and then, I mean, we're golden.
My happiness, Jelly talking truthful. But I'm happy.
This one's pretty close to 1.5 too, but gotta grill it with that. You should just turn this up.
Yeah.
Started off on a mission. Real niggas dead grip. Try to spark game. So I know you.
All these girls in the club, I got my eyes on you. All these girls in the club, I got my eyes on you. All these girls in the club, I got my eyes on you. All these girls in the club, I got my
What is this?
You said you don't like red, only green?
Oh, sorry. I'd rather have red.
I would rather have red, but that's just the color that the bike comes in. But he got new colors. He got black.
Oh yeah. Colors on the way, my boy. Alright guys, so we got the rear sprocket on, chain on. We adjusted the slack for the chain, looks to be about right. What else did I do? I put the skid plate back on, I put the front sprocket cover back on. But other than that, the bike is ready. The only things that we're missing is the plastics and the graphics. But as for all the maintenance and all that stuff, seems like we're cherry. Time to give you guys a first cold start. Just a little recap. I took the bike around the block. My boy Fury is on the bike right now. He's just driving it just to see how it is. A little recap on everything we did. I know a lot of the stuff that I did isn't on here. Like I fixed all the wiring under that front head plate. I adjusted the handlebars, but we drained the oil, installed a new filter, replaced the camshaft seal, chain slider, removed chain, removed sprockets, stripped and polished the oil plugs, replaced the engine plugs and seals with the polished ones. Replace the chain and sprocket, blah, 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 blah. Put up the oil, replace the oil filter cap, and shave the tire wall, cut the rear brake light plastic, and I believe that's about it, and everything is torqued down. I rode it, it feels really good, a lot more torquey because we went up like 11 teeth in the rear. Yeah, way more snappy. Bruh, for real.
We rode it 5 days. Let's go have it back here.
Alright y'all, me and Fury about to head out. You guys just saw us load the bike onto his truck. We're gonna head over to his house to grab his bike and go for a little ride. as for right now, the makeover isn't complete yet. I still need to get my plastics and my my graphics as well. So just waiting on that, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next clip when that stuff is delivered. Top of the morning, guys. So sorry I look all hashed right now. I just woke up, but it's been about like a week and a half since I last picked up the camera. But thankfully the car is back, as you guys can see. I know the car was not here in the previous clips, but we're about ready to finish up the 450, and I just got in pretty much all the parts that I've been waiting for. I got all of the plastics in, the new plastics. I got all new Acerbis black plastics. We finally got the graphics in as well. I already put this one on. It looks really sick. Here's more of the plastics, and then we also got the oil filter cap, or whatever you want to call it. We just got a black one because the other one is green. And yeah, we're trying to get rid of most of the green on here. So I know this video is probably super long already. I haven't edited it yet, but I can just tell because like I recorded a lot of clips. So I'm gonna try to bust all this out. I'm gonna take off the plastics, do all of that, put the new plastics on, and then from there put the graphics on, and then we should be all set. And I mean, that'll be pretty much it for the little makeover.
I just want my young bitch up watching that she wildin', styling, profile.
Alright guys, so I'm running into all kinds of issues right now. First off, this bolt right here spins, so like there's a, I guess there's like a little bracket or whatever that holds the threading or whatever, like, I guess like a rib nut, but yeah, that bolt spins. This bolt right here spins as well, and it's also like embedded in the plastic, so I gotta figure out one way to get this out. But I mean, other than that, we got two of the pieces on. The tail is loose already, and yeah, it's just that those bolts that just are not wanting to screw in. So I'm gonna go figure out something for that. It's probably gonna take me a little bit. All right, y'all, the moment you've been waiting for. So I got all the black plastics on. I put all the graphics on this side on, and of course like the front fender and then this headpiece, but this side I haven't put on yet. I just wanted to show you guys the outcome of what just the black plastics look like as well versus with the graphics. So here's with just the black, and then here is with the graphics. I honestly think the graphics look amazing. I think it looks sick. So here it is, guys, the bike, the 450 with all of the graphics on it. Sorry for the mess and all that. I don't know, I don't really want to put it on the stand because my car is right there. But yeah guys, this is the final look of the 450. This is actually like almost 2 to 3 weeks from that last clip that you guys saw. I've just been really busy with school and work, so yeah, I haven't really had the time to end off this video, but I'm finally editing it right now upstairs, and I just noticed that I actually didn't, you know, close out the ending part. So here it is, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you guys for watching. It looks super sick. I'm glad with how it turned out. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos. Stay tuned for some more WRX and Subaru content, some car content. And yeah guys, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.